Hello, music fans. You're watching Death by Unicorn, where we talk about metal, rock, and prog music. And this is New Music's Alive in 2025. I'm going to talk about 4 new music releases that came out recently and give my quick first impressions of them. Then I'll talk about them in my order of preference, starting with Nik Nocturnal and his EP, The Lost Chapters. This is melodic metalcore, and Nik has some alternative metal, gent, progressive metal, and deathcore influences as well. I'm going to put this one in my very good tier. Nik Nocturnal is a popular Canadian YouTuber. He moved to America. He plays guitar and collaborates with some amazing artists on here, from All That Remains, Caliban, Darkest Hour, Bury Tomorrow, and The Ghost Inside. And I also saw in a recent video of his that he's stepping away from making content, as I guess he's kind of burnt out now. He says he needs to figure out his life, and it's definitely sad to hear that. I enjoyed his content, but I could tell he put a crazy amount of work into it. So I hope he enjoys stepping away and figures out what he wants to do next with his life. And Nik, if you make music in the future or come back to making videos, I'll definitely be checking it out. If you're done with all that for good, best of luck in your non-music and non-video related future. And I know he's in the band Termina, which is an excellent band, and that's my favorite music that he's ever done. But besides that music that he's done with Termina, I think this EP is the best music I've heard from Nik, and I know he's put out other stuff under his own name. He's been in some bands, I think like Greystone is one that I think I've seen some videos from. I don't know what other bands he's been in. He's had some various projects and collaborated with various people. But I actually think this, besides Termina, is his best music. And I put it in my very good tier. I was considering excellent, as it's just on the edge. It's one of the best EPs of the year so far for me. His guitar playing and riff writing is on point here. The performances from the guest vocalists are great too. If you like metalcore, this really harkens back to the heyday of the 2000s metalcore sound. So if you like that, and it's just really well executed, if you like that, definitely check out The Lost Chapters by Nik Nocturnal, especially if you're a fan of the bands he's collaborating with, like All That Remains, Caliban, Darkest Hour, Bury Tomorrow, and Ghost Inside. Check that out. Next up, I'll talk about Green Day and their Saviors Deluxe Edition. This is the deluxe version of their 14th album. And of course, Green Day doesn't really need much introduction. They're a legendary pop punk band. They have some alternative rock influences. I'll put this in my very good tier as well. Pretty much, it's basically the same as the album, but it does have 7 new tracks. And I thought their 14th album, Saviors, was very good as well. Great return to form after the album prior to it, which was a complete dud and by far their worst album. But this deluxe version has 7 new tracks, which include 2 acoustic versions of existing tracks and 5 brand new tracks. The new tracks fit in well on the album. They maintain the quality of the album. It has a nice consistent feel, but I do understand why they didn't put all of them on the original version of the album, because it does bring this deluxe version to 67 minutes. Definitely a bit long for a punk rock album, but I enjoyed listening to it, so I'll put it in my very good tier. Not my favorite by Green Day. My favorite's still American Idiot, but it's still pretty good. One of their better albums, I think. And next up, I'm going to talk about Cosmograf and their album, The Orphan Epoch. I think that word is pronounced epic. Maybe if you're American, and British, if you're British, it's Epoch, E-P-O-C-H. This is the 10th album by this band from the UK. It's neo-progressive rock. And I'm going to put this one in my very good tier as well. It's their 10th album. They're from the UK. Pretty easygoing, pretty chill, very accessible progressive music. Kind of neo-prog. If you're a fan of Pink Floyd, Marillion, The Flower Kings, Car Mechanic, RPWL, Unitopia, Wobbler, kind of like imagine those bands being mixed together. Very kind of accessible, chill, catchy, but interesting progressive rock music. Though it never quite rises to the heights of those bands that I compare them to for me. It's all good, but those other bands that I mentioned kind of have their special character to them that that brings me back, makes me want to listen to them more and more. This one, yeah, I'll listen to it maybe a couple times, but I don't think I'll be revisiting it that much. But I will be checking out, I'll keep them on my radar for sure, and I'll check out whatever comes next from Cosmograf. That's the Orphan, Epoch, or Epic. Definitely check it out if you like neo-prog. And last one I'm going to talk about today is by the band Sparks and their album called Mad. All these albums came out on the 23rd of May, by the way, except Nik Nocturnal's came out on the 21st. So Mad by Sparks is the 26th album by this American band, and it's art rock with pop, alternative, electronic, new wave, glam rock, and even a little bit of progressive influence, but not much. And this one I'm just going to put in my good tier. I never heard an album by them before, but I heard and was intrigued by some of the singles from this album, Mad. And I've heard good things about Van Sparks, particularly when watching some videos by Larry Graves, who's on YouTube under the Canadian Stud Muffin channel. And all in all, the album was good, but I found most of the tracks here by Sparks were pretty straightforward, accessible, catchy pop rock tracks, maybe with a little weirdness and humor and the quirky kind of dry vocal delivery. But there's nothing here that I found too interesting musically. My favorite tracks so far are Jan's Sport Backpack, My Devotion, and Drown in a Sea of Tears. So a lot of the singles that they released ahead of time were the best on the album for me. I'm just going to put this in my good tier. Maybe I'll check out more from Sparks in the future. I imagine this isn't their best album, and I can definitely hear they have potential and talent, so they might be a really good band at least, or at least a fun and quirky one. That sounds good to you. Check out Mad by Sparks. And that's it for my quick first impressions of these 4 new music releases that came out recently. What did you think of these ones? If you heard them, let me know down in the comments. Or did I inspire you to check one of these out? I'd also like to know what you think. I always like turning people on to new music. And did anything else come out recently that you think I might enjoy? Also let me know. If you like metal, rock, and prog music, you've come to the right place. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And stay tuned for my next video in about a week's time. Actually, you know what? My next video is probably going to be my June album release radar, because I think I'm just going to talk about, here's the music I'll be listening to in June. And then after that, not sure when my next video will be, because I am moving in about a week's time, so I'll probably be pretty busy. But I will be listening to music that's coming out on May 30th. I just don't know when I'll get around to posting my first impressions of it. So, but stay tuned anyway. I'll be, at some point, posting my first impressions of Rivers of Nile's new album, Viljarta's new album, and Half Past Four's new album. So if you want to hear my thoughts on those, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can be in the loop on when I release those videos. And until next time, peace out.